What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? I'm the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Wardlow here.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Welcome to the dive bar of the IWC for the brand new episode. What? Again! It's time for a drink with your drinking buddies right here on Wrestling on the Rocks. And now, here's your host, the coercive Miss Meta Jane.
Well, what happened? Oh, hi, Mark. Thank you. Happy birthday, by the way. Well, howdy ho, people. It's holiday season. We are so it's festivalist. I swear I promised I didn't have any drinks, but welcome, friends, to the dive bar of the IWC. It's Wrestling on the Rocks. Different day, but same bat time, just a different day. So yeah, so obviously Marsh is here. Marv is here celebrating a birthday yet again. And then of course, we've got a friend from Delaware. Bishop! So jolly. I love it. I love it.
It's my Wrestling on the Rocks Christmas hat. I think I wore it this time a year, the last 3-4 years in a row. So ho ho ho.
Oh my, jolly. And look, we have a John Cena cosplayer today. No stripes, man. Can't see.
No, we went full Cena. Because we were live at his actual last match.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that wasn't a match.
Isn't it kind of crazy? It felt like fucking Shawn Michaels at fucking Saudi. It was that distant to me. I was like, look, he's trying one more time.
Well, we'll talk about it because a lot of people weren't happy, but
yeah, well, it's because it sucked.
Well, that and wrestling fans, come on now. Fuck. Always need something to bitch about. Always. So yeah. Well, very interesting things. It's weird living in a Cena-less world
Yeah.
because according to Bishop, we can't see him. So did we miss anything? I don't know. I do. The world just seems darker. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Jorts. I'll never look at jorts the same again. I don't know. Pardon me. Anyways. So guys, it is Thursday. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. And you know what? I need a drink. So guys, let's play our favorite game of what's in your glass. And I'm gonna go with John Cena. Because apparently on Cody's what do you want to talk about? John Cena drink a lot. I mean, I know John Cena is a drinker, but it was very interesting on some of these.
Oh no, cutting in and out.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
am
what
I?
was cutting in and
We
out,
almost
yeah.
can't see Amanda.
Yeah.
Why can't we see me?
I don't know. I mean, you're there now. It's just
Oh,
I don't know what's going on with your internet.
who knows? I don't know because it knows I'm moving away from here. I haven't shut
it
it
could
down
be.
yet, Xfinity. It's shutting down tomorrow. Anyways, but yes, so yeah, I learned some interesting cocktail wrestling things. I think we need to try it. Apparently, there is a drink called the Okerlund.
Yeah. Mean Gene's drink, right?
Yeah, you know what it is, right? I never knew about this.
I forget. It was I remember hearing about it years ago and being like, that's pretty good.
Okay, you take a styrofoam cup, 16 ounces. You dip it in like ice cold water, pull it out, fill the ice all the way to like the that how they have those that rim around it,
Yeah.
that bottom rim, fill the ice all the way up, pour vodka all the way up to there, and just take a little bit of cranberry juice and just kind of splash it in with your hand just to make it a little red.
Yeah.
And that's the
Maybe a
Okerlund.
little red. Yeah.
I think he would be a drinking buddy.
Oh yeah. Oakland would be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's our style right there. So, Marsh, what do you have? We need to name wrestler drinks too. I think that should be a new thing because
What?
why not? Right? I thought about that
What do you-
as I was listening to that
What?
today.
What do you
Name
how would
drinks
we
after
be
wrestlers. Like a drink that you made and you're like, oh, this is the blah blah blah.
we don't know them like that to just say this is
Well,
I mean, all the time I have a JR Moscow Mule. I do JR mules all the time.
yeah.
I'm having a little swamp ass in my little San Diego Stein.
Nice.
Nice. Swamp Ass was really good. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Oh yes. Bishop, what do we have today?
I am drinking Amanda's Christmas trees.
Oh, that's the Okerlund right there.
It's just fruit punch prime diluted down because I'm a bitch when it comes to how much flavor they pack into it. But
It's too much flavor.
It's too much flavor. It's too much in it. Like it's
Yeah.
supposed to be red.
Dude, you're
It's
like the
pink.
whitest dude.
Yeah.
Like the whitest dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like, oh, there's too much flavor. And let's get rid of some of this flavor.
Or I'm just cheap. Why have one when you can have two?
Or why have like two when you can have four?
See?
Yeah,
you
there
get
you
it.
go. But then
Do you,
it's like,
do you pour like a little shot of water into the ketchup bottle and shake it up towards the end?
ew.
Not
Keep it
anymore.
going?
Not
No,
anymore.
not anymore.
Well,
That's
because they
just
made them
against
upside down now, so it always
Yeah.
falls to the bottom.
True.
I
That
don't
is
have to
true.
anymore.
Yeah.
Well, just flip it over.
Come on, man.
Doesn't it have? I don't know.
Throw up pour. You got
I
to do
don't
all
know.
that shit.
I still steal ketchup
It
from like fucking Chick-fil-A because it's those nice packs that look like
Yeah.
the ketchup bottle. Yeah. They don't put their sauces out anymore, but they'll put tons of that ketchup out. So
No. So anything you can steal, you'll do it.
pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, like if I don't know, like if a wrestler were to throw I won't keep like if they throw out like entrance gear and whatever, I won't keep it because that goes back. Some of that shit could be expensive. The only one I think, obviously, the only one I would ever keep anything of, because he'd have to pay me to get it back, would be Will Ospreay. And even then, he can pay me back and I won't get it. I'm like, oh, I can't give it to you now. I sold it on fucking eBay. Wah, wah. Anyways, so I have a classic that we're drinking here today. I have the original sponsored, not sponsored. And you may ask, how did I get it so frozen? I put it in the freezer because I forgot when I was driving home from this trade show stuff that I forgot my cups because I forgot I drove by like a million Sonics. So that's what we're drinking. So cheers, y'all. And remember, it's not what you drink, it's about who you're drinking it with.
Cheers.
So happy Hanukkah. So to all the wrestling, the good little boys and girls of the cloth, Colt Cabana. There's a lot of other Jewish wrestlers too. I'm trying to think. Oh, Royce Isaacs, Brooke Havoc. I know there's more, but happy Hanukkah.
MJF might be.
Oh, that's right. Oh God, how can I forget him? MJF.
Maybe.
Oy, 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 oy vey, as they say. Oy vey. But here's to the holidays. If you celebrate, if you don't, just drink anyway. But you know what I don't like? I've never liked is eggnog. I don't know why.
Really?
I just started liking it last year when I mixed it with vodka and rum.
Really?
I made some homemade eggnog just a couple weeks ago. It was great.
Nice.
What'd you put in it?
Egg and nog.
What?
Hmm.
What are you talking about when I put it? I made, like, what are you asking for the recipe now?
Well, no, I don't know what's in. I really don't. Since I don't drink it, I don't know what's in it.
It's just, you separate the eggs and then you beat the yolk and then you whip the whites with cream and seasonings.
Mhm.
And then you basically fucking combine them. That's kind of the deal. It's mostly cream and egg.
With booze?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we put a little rum in there.
Okay.
You don't have to have it with booze, though. It's a lot of it comes without booze.
Oh,
Most all of it comes without booze, and then you put
Majority.
you put your.
your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't go to the liquor store for my eggnog.
There you go. It's like, hey, liquor store, do you have? I'm surprised they don't have them in those cans pre-made. Like Cutwater doesn't.
They
make
might.
those. They might. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't drink it. So, yeah. So, well, let's wish some happy birthdays here real quick because there's really not that many, but there's some cool people that are celebrating a birthday. Like today, Rob Van Dam. Happy birthday.
Oh, he was
Smoking
cool.
up.
I had some drinks with him over at in CAC.
Oh,
He's
really?
fucking chill. Yeah. I've run into him a couple times. He's chill as fuck, man.
Dude.
He's as chill as you think he'd be. He's cool.
Was whatchamacallit with him? Obviously.
What?
Katie.
Probably.
Probably. Okay. You're like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, because when I ran into him, it was over by the bar, and we just sat in the back and had a drink together. And then before he went back to his table, but he usually is with her.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Anthony Bowens, happy birthday. I think they're thing again, but not
Oh
as
yeah,
big
they're
as-
back together. I heard, but
Yeah, but they're not as big as they were. So
yeah, because they fucked it up.
yeah, they fucked it up. So scissor me, Anthony Bowens. Happy birthday. Big baseball fan. Don't like his choice in baseball teams, but you know.
I mean, is he a baseball fan or a Dodger fan? Because there's a difference.
No, he's a baseball fan.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm sure. I said
Mm.
I don't like his choice in baseball teams because he's a fucking San Francisco Giants fan.
Oh yeah, it's a little
You can
lame.
be
but-
anything. Don't be that. Don't be that or the Sacramento Athletics. Anyways, just saying. Let's say a hell yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin. We need to. I'm surprised no one opened up
shit.
one of Stone Cold's brews. I don't have any in my house, so I would have. They'll be
They don't
happy
distribute.
birthday.
They don't
Drink
distribute
for
this far out.
Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, happy birthday. Trish Stratus, happy birthday. Let's see here. And earlier we were talking about Mean Gene Okerlund and the Okerlund, so happy birthday, Mean Gene. Let's see here. We've got I don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. One half of the oh wait, hold on. I'm wrong. Otis, happy birthday. Mauro Ranallo. I miss Mauro. I know some people don't like Mauro, but I like Mauro. Happy birthday. Let's see here. Primo Cologne, happy birthday. Shout out to Doc Gallows. Happy birthday, dude.
Oh, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good brother.
That's a good brother right there.
He's a
Good brother. Good brother. And then we have Mystico, Carlistico, or whatever the fuck Sin Car wants to call him now. Happy birthday. Let's see here. Who else? That is it for your birthdays. And if you know someone who's having a birthday and I didn't mention them, I'm so sorry. But happy birthday to you. And it's the holiday season. So it's the season. Y'all drink up. I saw at Walmart, I was looking for some Christmas decor, and they've expanded the Snoop on a Stoop line. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, yeah. And with Martha?
Yeah, with Martha has one now. Yeah. But I didn't know
Martha's got
Martha had one until when I saw
Snoop's
it.
got 2 or 3 now, right?
Yeah. Well,
different
I
little
wish
outfits.
they had it in
Martha on a mantle, right? I saw that one the other day.
Martha on a mantle. Now there was a cup, and I wish it was on a shirt. And I have too many of those Stanley looking cups. I just dumped a bunch. But it said chilling with my nomies. And it's a picture of freaking Snoop on a Stoop with fucking garden gnomes. It was fucking great. I'm like, I want that as a shirt.
I used to see Mensch on a bench.
They still have that.
All right. I haven't seen it in a
Mensch
bit.
on a bench. Yeah, they do. Actually, you know what I've noticed, that the Hanukkah collections have been getting bigger and bigger in stores like, well, Walmart, which is the shocker, but Target, no. Target seems very hidden.
Yeah. I mean, Target's been doing a lot of shitty things lately, so I don't go a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
If I can avoid it. I go there, I use the bathroom a lot more than I shop there.
Oh, I only shop their drive up. Because if I don't, I spend too much money. But this holiday I should have, because in Bullseye's spot in the front, they had like these really cute Hello Kitty bags, and you can't get those on drive up. But anyways, so yes. And they usually have really good sales on some liquor too, every once in a while.
Actually, yeah, I used to get good deals there. So.
Yeah. The one who used to have really great deals was CVS. You can get one of those like gallon jug of like Fireball for like $14.99. Now they're like double the price.
On a Fireball.
Thanks, hipsters.
They sell them in little mini cakes now too, but whatever.
Really? I don't want a mini keg. I'm like, either give me the bottle or whatever. Yeah. No. Or the like at the bar, like at some bars, they have the kind of like it looks like it's a slush machine, but it's not. It's just filled with Fireball.
They had that for Jaeger back in the day too.
Yeah.
That's
That's gross. Jaeger's gross.
Yeah.
Speaking of gross things. God, it's been interesting. I don't even know where to begin. I do not know where to begin. Should we talk about John Cena first? Because that's been such a big thing.
Well, there was the only 2 things that I knew we were going to talk about was that and Ricky. And there's really not much to say about Ricky. So we can start with Ricky if you want.
Okay. So cold. So cold. So cold.
It's fucking NXT. NXT doesn't matter. No matter how good he does there, it's never going to make a difference. He did another promo as good as the other promos he does. What the fuck am I watching here?
So mean.
Is there a difference when Vince is in charge and Triple H has something to prove, and when Triple H is in charge and Shawn Michaels has nothing to prove? Is that why NXT sucks now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think Shawn Michaels is
just
owning it in. Yeah, I also think that Shawn Michaels believes his own hype. He believes his own shit, and he does not understand that things worked for him when they shouldn't have, in a time when that kind of shit didn't usually work, right? He stood out in a way because no one else was doing the shit he was doing, right? No one else was overselling like him. Bottom line, no one was as unprofessional as him in general. No one was willing to bury the other guy as much as Sean was, because Sean was really cutthroat and an asshole and was doing whatever he could to make the other guy look bad. And sometimes making the other guy look bad was by overselling, so it looked ridiculous, right? And then the blame would go on the other guy because he has like a Charlotte Flair type reputation. Well, it's not Charlotte, right? So it's got to be the other guy. He thinks that the oversell was actually the quality stuff. So he kind of teaches everyone the same shit, and it all kind of blends together. The stories are kind of lame most of the time, and I just don't know where the translation from NXT to the main roster even is. Where before we used to talk about how with Vince and Triple H, Vince didn't believe in what Triple H was doing anyway, so he repackaged everything. In fairness, when he didn't repackage, a lot of times those things failed, right? But was also Vince trying to sabotage Triple H by picking gimmicks he thought would fail to bring him up and watch them fail. He's the kind of asshole who would do shit like that. Famously hired Mick Foley to break JR's heart. I'm going to bring him in so you see how he's a failure. Mick Foley is Mick Foley, and that was never going to happen. But Vince didn't know that. And I think that with this, I mean, look at who's come over from Sean's NXT. There's not a ton of repackaging, and the shit that's kind of flat, they just keep pushing anyways. DIY came from Triple H, so he's trying to redo the whole thing because he thought it was as great as Masterworks in an era where there wasn't a lot of good shit in there anyways. I don't understand anything that's going on in NXT as an enjoyable thing. Everyone looks and acts like they're acting pretty overtly and childish. Ricky stands out because he comes across like a wrestler.
Yeah.
He talks like a person who's talking. The thing that I liked about his promo was the crowd was booing the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting the heat that he needs, regardless if the fans are actually trying to give it to him or not. They didn't seem to be playing along. They seemed to actually be thinking that their voice mattered, which was funny.
They always
but
do.
He talked, yeah. But he talked through all their boos. He did his promo. Go ahead. It'll be my backdrop, right?
Yeah.
And then it made it bigger when Javon came out and attacked him. Huge pop, massive ovation. It's exactly what you want. You want a crowd that doesn't want this guy, says, get the fuck out of here. You want a good guy that they want, and then they go fucking nuts when they touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
That went perfectly. But also, it doesn't fucking matter. It's NXT. I've never seen something from NXT go to WWE main roster and matter. So I watched this, and most of the stuff around it, I fast forwarded everything before it and turned it off as soon as it was over. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I watched the end of the segment. I just watched Reiki beat the shit out of Javon for a minute, Rochambeau him, and then I was like, all right, and I turned it off.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much after that, but I don't know. He's good. He's really got no business in NXT, but they're going to run him dry down there because that's what they do. I don't know what I'm watching. Like when I watch it, when you tell me to watch Ricky, I don't know what I'm looking for because he's not worse than he ever was. He's not leaps and bounds better than he ever was. He's always been about this good, which is pretty fucking good. He stands out down there, but he's not going to get better around people who are worse than him. He needs to get to a place where he's around people who are much, much better than him to push him a little bit. That's what happened with him and like MJF. MJF was a better talker than him. Just was. He gets face to face with MJF and he fucking dials in. Boom. I'm going to toe to toe with this guy. And he did.
Yeah.
Ricky's not getting better by playing in that sandbox. So I don't know what I'm watching him down there for. I just don't.
I don't even know why he's still down there. But then again, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Because now they're making a big deal of, oh, Ethan Page has been North American champion for 200 days. I'm like, yeah. So, but I don't think he will not make it on the main roster. So he just better stay where he is and just like end up going backstage and working backstage because I know that that's probably not gonna. I don't think he would make it on the main roster.
Ooh.
But Ethan Page.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I don't think he would either.
No, I mean, yes, there's that connection that you have with Chelsea Green, but other than that, there's no.
No, he actually acts as if he is the best at NXT.
Mhm.
Which, like, when we're watching LA Knight, he was in NXT specifically because I mean that's honestly where we connected best on this show because you guys knew about LA Knight beforehand and you're introducing him to me, and I know that we're kind of going back and forth and we were watching someone who does their thing so good it's too big for that stage. Ethan Page does not have that in him at all, so I think you're absolutely right.
Ricky, on the other hand, I think does. So I just am like, what do you do now?
No.
Well, why? So why is? Let's put this carefully. Why is he feuding with Javon Evans on NXT while Javon Evans is getting matches on Raw?
That's a very good question.
I have a feeling it's to humble him. I have a feeling it's the same kind of thing we said with Britt Baker, that if she did come over, she had to go through NXT to break her a little bit from feeling like she is the top shit. I have a feeling that's the perception of Ricky. Is that based off what people had seen and heard, they thought he had a bad attitude. And I think they're trying to make sure he's not just playing nice. I don't think he has a bad attitude personally. I've never worked with him in the back. I couldn't say for sure. I don't know if any of us could say with absolute certainty, regardless how much we know him on the outside, what he's like backstage. It's going to be hard to say. But I do think that's the impression I get when I watch, is that he's not being punished, but he's being tested, is the impression I get. And that's why I watch it going, okay, well, I'll wait till they're done with whatever game they're playing with him. That's what I gather. His reputation is that he's a bit snooty, but also he's kind of quiet. And quiet sometimes comes across as thinking you're better than. It's kind of funny. We're talking about this with about Juan Soto today. The reputation he has backstage is oftentimes that he's kind of a dick. It doesn't get along with everybody. But from everyone I've heard who's like talked to him a bunch and it's been around him, says he's just quiet and he's all business. And the people just perceive that as uninterested or an ego complex when it's sometimes you just aren't a talkative guy.
Well, I think he got burned and he learned his lesson at AEW.
Yeah. Being friendly over there did not get him very good spot.
No, it made him look like an asshole. And it, and all sorts of other shit. And I think that, there was that reputation that he built for himself. But he has no one to blame but himself for that, to be quite honest. I mean, I wouldn't, who am I? But so we will see. The only thing, I don't know if Bishop, you saw this. Obviously, Marsh did not, or you just saw the clip of the big old controversial botch that we had during the women's North American Championship match.
Oh, yeah. That's the belief is that it was a botch. I don't believe it was. I think the dirt sheets are being worked 100%. And I think that it's weird that they would even do it. If it is a botch, then they did a terrible job because they didn't try to make it right. If it was a botch, if it wasn't a botch, then they really fucking dug in. What's going on? It was a little campy in a way. If it was finish? A botch, the finish.
Okay, I just saw
it. Yeah. If it was not a botch, like I think, they went a little overboard campiness. Let's really make this look like it's not supposed to happen. If it is a botch, then everyone did a really terrible job of handling that situation because the commentary was shitty for it. All the facial expressions and stuff. The only person who played it right was Thea and Blake, because Blake just kind of looked over like upset and kind of glaring, and Thea's excited she won, and the referee keeps getting in like Blake's face, going like 3 was a 3 count. Okay, it was a 3 count. And on commentary, they're going like, "What's going on here? What was it? I think she got her arm up." And Booker's like, I definitely saw that arm go up. That was a terrible call by the referee. The referee totally missed it. You can watch it 100 times. Her arm barely moves,
Yeah.
you know? And I mean, I don't know. Unless Thea went into work for herself because she got an issue with Blake, which is possible, but whatever. I don't personally believe it was a botch. I don't. I think it was supposed to happen that way. I think it was part of the story. But
I think the
what do
ref.
you guys think?
I think the ref kind of messes up too.
The ref messed up definitely.
On the CW Sports video that I'm watching now, she hits the backwards senton, and Mariah May, or what's her name again? Blake Monroe.
Mhm.
When she rolls, the ref should have already been down looking to count to like kind of cause that controversy that they're looking for, like shoulder up, shoulder not up. And by the time Blake comes back down, it's been such a long period of time. It's like, well, why didn't she move another way? Where instead of it looking like that was going to be the finish, because it just kind of looks like they rolled into convenience. I think if the ref gets down a little bit sooner, it can look cleaner. I'm not going to listen to the audio, but just like looking at it, I think your assessment's right there, March, that Thea and Blake did their part. Maybe Blake couldn't have rolled over so far because it looked like she was supposed to have her shoulders off the mat during the count at some point to cause that. But because the ref wasn't down for the first shoulder, you know what I mean? For her to then roll down and then he jumps down, it just took way too long without the ref there.
Do you think it was botch, or you think that was supposed to happen?
No, it looks like it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
What do you think,
I mean,
Amanda?
it's isolated for me. Like, there's no drama beforehand watching the match. It's just the finishing move, and then that's it. So, based off what it is, no, it doesn't look like a botch at all. Because it doesn't look like Blake's like, wait, the match is over? No, she's still trying to sell her arms, whatever that's supposed to look like, because that looks weird too.
The other thing, since you're not listening to the audio, there's kind of 5-6 seconds before they play music.
Yeah.
And it's Blake's music. And then it stops, and then it's like another 2 seconds, and then they play Thea's music. I think that was an intentional swerve as well, because I think that they waited a long time to play any music. And by the time they played any music, they would have played the right music, right? Like, it's not like when KO accidentally beat AJ at Madison Square Garden for the U.S. title. As soon as the bell rang, it played AJ's music, and then it just got cut short. And then there was a couple seconds, and then KO's music played because they were ready at the bell. This one, the bell rang and still no music. No, wait, just wait. Like, I think it was supposed to look a little. I think it's supposed to look shitty. I couldn't tell you why.
Well, it was weird because you had this awkward moment of silence from everybody, the crowd, commentary, just everything. It was weird. And then you get the music, and then there's still kind of confusion, and then more confusion. So I think, it wasn't supposed to, it was supposed to be planned. However, I think what the execution of it was just very sloppy. So they botched the execution of what they were trying to do. The ref did not help, because that was he made it more awkward, I think. And if anybody is to say that it was their fault, I think it's the ref. But that's just me.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that it all was so awkward and bad that it's hard for me to believe that it wasn't on purpose. Because this is not typical for them. We've seen missed spots before. We've seen missed finishes before. This was so fucking sloppy that it made me think that either everyone in here, a total rookie, including this production in the back and the guys on commentary, or it was planned. And how do we make it look planned? Well, let's all kind of be off our game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
That was the hunch I got.
I think it's planned.
Yeah.
I just watched it with the audio. For me, the fact that the crowd didn't expect it to happen, no one reacted whatsoever to the 3 count.
No, it's silent.
Yeah, and then when it was announced it was Thea, they all reacted positively too. But there was it could have been Blake as the winner. So that's kind of the fucked up part, I guess. So if it was going to be a 3 count, it was going to be Thea no matter what. So
Yeah.
it's weird. I think they tried something and it didn't work. It wasn't executed the right way. I don't know whose fault it was though. It might just be too much for everyone to try to do, if that makes sense.
Possibly. And
Like you were saying, like could it be this person? Everyone said, yeah, maybe all of them just aren't ready for something like this.
Yeah,
Or I think they were all playing it up too much. You know what I mean? No one was trying
too hard.
Everyone was trying too hard to make it look like a botch. And so it came off as though everyone had no idea what was happening. Like it was to me, the weirdness of it all was that no one was doing what you'd think that their job typically would be in a situation. You know what I mean? Everyone was like really hamming it up. Like I said, even the audio, they waited a long time to play the wrong music and then a long time to play the right music. And you're kind of like, they have that shit on the fucking, they have it. You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard for them to get that right, especially with the distance between the bell and the music. It just seemed like everybody was okay. We'll make it look like a botch, so we all have to look sloppy. And so I was like, I'm not really buying it, but maybe, I suppose. But also, it doesn't fucking matter. It's the North American title in NXT. This women's titles existed for how long?
Yeah,
not very.
A couple of years. It's been a few years. Can you name 4 of the North American Women's Championships champ holders that they've had?
Kalani Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was the first one.
Yeah.
And then now we have Thea. I'm going to say Blake because that's who lost it.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you who Blake won it from.
Lola Vice?
I don't think Lola Vice held
Or
the title.
Jada.
Maybe she has.
One of the two of them.
Chelsea
Green held it?
No, she's the U.S. and he's the North American. That's right. I thought they held the same one. Yeah, I don't know.
All I'm saying, it's a whole lot of fucking
Stephanie
hubbub
McCare?
for a title. It doesn't really matter. Maybe Stephanie held it. That would make sense.
She held it before she beat Julia.
Oh, did they talk about that on
The other way
the main
around.
roster a lot?
Yeah.
They talk about that a lot with her championship run now.
No,
They
they
go,
talk
because
more
she's
about-
former North American championship.
No,
Yeah.
they talk more about the Devil's Kiss.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Because this fucking title doesn't matter. So for them to do it is fine. But it's really weird that it's created a lot of buzz because it's like, it's probably the loudest anyone's ever been for that title ever. And it's not going to make it mean something. Like the biggest notoriety for that title is they may have fucked up and gave it to the wrong person one night. Okay.
Right.
I mean, we've had that happen with world championships on big stages. This is an opening match on the CW. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get through it.
Alan Henley.
Oh, yeah.
Did she win it once? I remember her. Did she win?
I
it
like
once?
her. Is she still around?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she is. She's part of Fatal Influence.
Sure, maybe. Until it makes it to the main roster. Don't care.
No, you're right. You're right.
It just doesn't fucking matter. That's the thing. It was fun to watch. I was like, that's neat. I really liked the way that Thea pinned her because it did look like an asshole way to pin someone. So it really did look like you could potentially say Thea held her down. I liked that because I was like, man, if Thea was trying to make it look like she forced the win, it's a fucking good way to do that. Smart way to do that. Because it looks in a way where it's all like Blake couldn't get her arm up. And you're like, yeah, also she's trying to win the fucking match. So maybe it's the most believable finish we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Totally possible. Totally possible. But I have a feeling that I think we're gonna see that be very short. I don't know. And she'll only have the belt for maybe like 2 episodes, maybe 3. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know. But apparently there's some kind of buzz, I guess, that, now that people who do NXT, they need to stay till the end of the taping. I always thought if you were, I don't know, and this goes for any kind of production, unless obviously like on an indie, if you have a flight you have to catch because you're going, wherever. But I always thought you had to kind of stay till the end. Am I wrong with assuming this?
Are you talking about the Bailey thing?
No, not what Bailey thing?
Or Bailey was in a thing? Are you talking, like, what do you mean you had to stay till the finish?
of the show. They're talking about because of Thea's thing, because they needed to retape things now, and people were gone. They'd left already.
The audience?
It's
Well,
live.
people backstage, the wrestlers.
It's live. Why would they have to retape anything?
Well, no, because I guess they were taping for, or if they do
next
those,
week for the holiday week?
segments or whatever the fuck. I don't know. That's why I said too. It's live. So I
Mm.
don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, I think that might also be working it too, because Bailey said in an interview, was it 2 weeks ago on a podcast,
Mhm.
that she doesn't understand why so many wrestlers don't stay till the end of the show anymore. She said that she specifically mentioned that, saying that she's surprised at the amount of wrestlers who don't stay. She was like John Cena and Seth, and she listed a few people that she goes, no matter where they were on the card or if they were even on the card, they were in Gorilla until the end of the show, till the last person walked back. And she goes, unless you want to be on their level, there's no reason, like there's no to leave if you're not trying to get to their level, right?
Mhm.
That you need to be watching everybody and paying attention and giving advice when you can and giving back and all that shit. So she was like dumbfounded by it. She was like, yeah, you stay till the end. But that also could be part of them working the sheets by Bailey saying this. Oh, we'll say that we couldn't retape it because all the wrestlers left. Like it just feels like a lot of conveniently placed excuses to me.
Mhm.
But also it feels like it doesn't fucking matter.
I think that's where I'm at with it. That it doesn't fucking matter. I don't think any of that shit matters. Like I get it. Like being invested and wanting it to go good, sure, but also like botch or not, it's a fucking show. Like next week they're gonna do something different. I mean, that's kind of what John Cena ended up saying on Pat McAfee's show about his wrestling match. It's like, yeah, it's my last one, but next week they're gonna be doing something else anyway. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, but at the end of the day, if the title goes back to Blake, does everyone say, see, told you? Or, I mean, it still won't matter.
right.
It's not an important title. It just isn't. And the women who are currently battling for it, and typically usually are battling for it, are working on things much larger than whether or not they get that title or not. It's nice for them. It's nice for their characters. It's nice practice with stuff, but we're talking about training wheels here. It's a training wheel title. Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a training wheel to training wheels.
Yeah, that's not even the NXT women's
not
title.
even it's not even their main title down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, all the women who are involved in the new North American title scene that I ever see, I think are good at what they do, and that's exactly where they ought to be. So if they did flop that shit around like it was a fucking hot potato, better on them. That's fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no reason by now Thea shouldn't have held that title already, first off. And there's no reason why Blake can't get it back. You guys have built believable characters with believable skills to pass this thing around. Fucking fine. Perfect. I'll tell you what, if it was a botch, perfect botch. This is great. We have a champion under on our table. We have another person who can prove that they can, to the audience, has proven that they are championship material. Perfect. It's what you want. Believable champions and wrestlers. And now you have two, and you have a contestable thing for Blake. It's perfect. I'll tell you, if this was an accident, they really walked ass backwards into a fucking really nice situation with really talented people. Oh no.
Right. Now do it right.
Yeah, I'll do it right. Like when KO and AJ swapped the US, like I said before.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because you have two fucking people who will make that work.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's wild to me. It was a big thing. He's great. I just wish they'd, use her correctly. This might be the first thing for her to do right.
Could be. But yeah, that's the shit show they call NXT. So what's going to happen with Oba? I don't know.
No. I fast forwarded through his match with Cody, but I saw Cody's ear was bleeding at the end of it. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucked it up.
He landed on the announce table. Weird. I don't know what he cut his ear on. But I was like, good God. Why are you? I'm like, I know you didn't blade yourself because why would anyone blade themselves in the ear? But
Yeah.
he cut it on something. I don't know what. I thought that was weird.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of the match, Cody and Oba?
It would have been nice to see something.
Yeah.
They right when it seemed like they were gonna get somewhere, Drew McIntyre interfered. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm not clamoring to see more, but it would have been nice to see. So one of my problems with Cody in particular, right, is how do you look when you wrestle with people who can't guide you, right? So how is Cody going to help Oba look? I wanted to see that, and
it took a little bit.
Yeah, and I thought they finally were getting to a space where we were going to see something, and then the Drew stuff happened. I'm like, all right, well, fuck it then.
Yeah,
and I just completely forgot all about it. I even forgot he busted his ear because it took it all as like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna do this shit again, whatever.
Yeah. I
saw the Nick Aldis video. I watched the whole one with Nick Aldis and Drew from SmackDown. Made me go, why are we doing this? I was like, they are putting a whole lot on Drew and Cody for the 6th time. And I mean,
that's life
Nick
after
is,
Cena.
I mean, yeah, but
you don't have anything,
I was also,
yeah,
but we are supposed to also be in a life after Vince era. And what were the biggest complaints people had about Vince's booking? Was the same matches every week.
Every week.
Right?
There was that year where it was what? Seth Roman and someone else. Dolph, yeah, all involved in the main event for the entire year, like 45 out of the 52 weeks.
Yeah. And then Brock would come in every 3 months and do one match as the new main event.
Yeah.
Very much like Roman does now.
Yeah. And they would talk about it 17 times throughout the night just so you watch the last 30 seconds of the show.
Yeah. And I feel like we're really very much back in that. Like, I couldn't believe we're still doing Drew and Cody. I thought it was so fucking corny the way that they have Nick. All right, well, I have to record this because this is where I'm at. Because we like, fuck out of here.
I'm like, what a wuss. This is the fucking guy that fucking gave me a lot. I agitated him. That's all I could think of was, when did all this become a puss? I'm like, okay. This doesn't make sense.
Nick is jacked and he wanted us to know it. I liked that.
Yeah. So he's still in ring shape. That's what was that what he's hinting at? Is he still in ring shape? And he'll go in there if he has to. Is that what he's saying?
I really, really do. I really think that Nick is really gunning to have a match.
I know.
But yeah, I wasn't really into that whole thing. So wait, the Cody Oba match, because I fast forwarded through a lot of Saturday Night's Main Event today so we could talk about some of it, because I really had zero intention of watching it at all.
I know
there's nothing about it that screamed I should watch this. I saw most of Bailey versus Sol Ruca, but I was also kind of cooking, and Sol's very impressive. She's very impressive. Great look, great.
It was a great little match. I like
great. Yeah, she moves great. She's able to execute great. She's still piecing together little bits here and there. And Bailey's also badass. I thought that, look, it was a cool match. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't have an issue with it, but I also wasn't like match of the year, nothing. But it was great. It was good.
Yeah.
I like Bailey.
What I wanted from Cody was to be in the ring with someone who needs to be shined up to look, like they can be on the next level, right? Have it. Look, you're right. It should have been Cody and Ricky, right? That would have been a good spot for Ricky to have a match just like Sol Ruca and Bailey did. And I thought they were a little sloppy to begin with. It took a while for them to warm up to each other. And it was one of the first things I think I tweeted out then, if not after. WWE needs house shows. They need to have done that match 3 or 4 times before. And then it gets on TV and it looks fucking awesome. And it turned out good by the end of it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got together. But
it's a little weak. No, weak.
Do you think that they think that it's more realistic if the quote fighters are feeling each other out first, if there's not chemistry immediately? Do they think that that's supposed to be more like the UFC?
No, I think it's 100% money driven.
All right.
Less
You think
events
it's the excuse they might give?
if you ask it that way.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks, Uncle Dave.
yeah.
Uncle Dave's way of saying
Yeah,
that
that's a
now,
good one.
Perez, I think a lot of it is because I think when you're on the main roster, it's the same regurgitated shit over and over. And then when you're thrown in someone who's the newbie, right? Who's working other newbies pretty much, unless they were established before, you're gonna get some of that awkwardness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll get it. And I think that's what the case was, because both of these, Soul and Oba, did not wrestle beforehand. So you get that.
Did they get to a point, because it did seem kind of short? Did it feel like they were feeling each other out the whole time? Did they really never get anywhere? Was there any kind of like, oh, this looks like it's a wrestling match, or did it look like a bunch of teetering?
Oh no, it just took a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's a little time. That's all.
Little time.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of the matches were that way. But I think Oba and Cody took a little bit longer though.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended. So
Yeah. And then
I didn't watch a single second of anything even remotely close to that tag match, so I don't know. I assume Javon Evans did not win.
of course not. Calm down.
No, it was what it needed to be. It was a good showcase. It was
Yeah.
fun, but it
And
wasn't.
of course, Dragon Lee didn't eat the pin. He didn't pin him. AJ did, excuse me. Because, Dragon Lee, God forbid, he wants to be the star, God forbid, and all this bullshit. I hate him, but anyways. And he wasn't going to put anybody, he would not put anybody over anyway. So, but, AJ, it was really cool to see, like kind of like the old school X division and the new school X division. It's kind of cool to see that in its own way.
Yeah. That was my thought when I forget who it was. Somebody was talking to me about, I think it's probably Kevlar, honestly, how he thought it was weird that AJ was in that match. That he almost like stood out as like almost odd man out at first glance. Because it was like, what's with all these young flippy dudes and then AJ? And I was like, well, I mean, you're talking about like a former X Division champion. I mean, like, he might be the best person for them to learn from, honestly. Like, hey, we've all been there, right? But here, let me tell you how things have panned out for me. And I wish I'd known when I was your age doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
Like, so I heard it was a good match, though. I did hear that.
Yeah. I think that it made Dragon Lee's flippy shit kind of look bad, in a sense that because those guys are so smooth.
Yeah, they're good.
And they're younger. Yeah. And I think that also, I felt that AJ were obviously better than Dragon Lee did. I'm not saying this because I don't like Dragon Lee. It's just you can kind of see it right there.
I mean, also AJ is one of the greatest of all time.
Exactly. I did want to go back, circling back before we had moved on the topic, but NXT is now doing a lot of house shows now. And I'm not talking just those little Florida ones. I'm talking, they're going out, South Carolina, Georgia. And then I was bitching about, oh, when are they going to come to the West Coast, do one of these? They are. 2 of them in Washington, one in Seattle, and one in somewhere in the bumfuck of Egypt, Washington. I don't know where. It's near fucking the Idaho border. I ain't going out there. No. Because I'm afraid that if it is, because it's February, the weather might be not good. And, you got to fucking go around that fucking mountain over there at some point because of where this place is. So it's like south of Spokane, but like by like a couple of hours. And I'm like, ugh. And then of course, Seattle is on Valentine's Day.
It's kind of interesting though that they are
And Front Row was sold out, so no interest. Because I didn't know there was a show, and I had a conversation with Future Joey. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? I didn't know. And 2, he was like, oh, those prices are expensive. And I go, yeah, okay. Front Row was a little bit more than what I paid, but apparently there's some kind of VIP experience with it. Don't know what it is, but I don't know. So, but they didn't have any, so I'm not going to go if I'm not. What a snob! I'm like, I'm not going to go if I'm not. And also,
Yeah. I do think it's kind of interesting though that they are traveling more with NXT. It's almost like they want to get them ready for the road and stuff, but they're also traveling less with the main roster in a lot of ways.
I don't know. Why do you think that is? Because is it some people feel like, oh, they're too good and they don't need to be, doing these house shows? Because I always thought that the roster loved those because they could do other shit and whatnot, and they had fun with it.
Yeah, I never heard a roster person in private or on an interview ever talk shit about house shows. They all loved them.
Yeah. Right. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, for me, that's I only heard fucking Nick Khan talk about it and saying that there's less opportunities for fans to see them, so it'll drive the attendance to the televised shows. And of course, they raise the prices for that shit too. Like I'm literally, so the day after Christmas, they're in Baltimore, so that's an hour from me, and we were talking about going. And if prices are right, maybe we will go. But that's literally our only opportunity, and we're lucky that they're doing the East Coast around the holidays, because if not, we have no other opportunity to go see them. They were in Hershey. So you guys remember a few years ago, we went to a house show. My son got his belt signed by Bobby Lashley. Right? Like we were sitting in the back row. That was at Hershey Park, where Raw was on Monday. So they're now doing Raw at house show events as well. So, or at house show venues. So I'm not saying they do that at all Raws, but they usually run Philadelphia and then Hershey Park. Philadelphia for the 17,000 seat arena and Hershey Park for the 4,000 seat arena. But they ran their Raw there. They had their Raws there in the past, back in the Attitude Era and stuff.
But not,
yeah. It's they basically stole a house show from the fans, to put it as a Raw instead.
Yeah, I mean the same thing with the Albuquerque show that was here. That was in the event center that they used to do the live events, and they never did a televised event. They used to come through on their way somewhere else, and that was where they did it. And they just are, they're televising where they would do them, and they're just kind of having smaller venue shows in between bigger shows. And I think it's, there's something kind of nice about that in the structural concept. But I do agree with you. I think that the takeaway is really that the live event atmosphere is just gone, and the training is missing.
Yeah, it definitely shows on TV. 1,000% shows on TV. I've said it for a couple months now that it's like really obvious. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, I think that I think that maybe is it a test that, okay, they're going to these like house show venues and think, oh, well, if they're spending money for a Raw, you don't need a house show. You need to come back here. But I don't think we'll be seeing anything in Oakland, even though we used to see lots of stuff in Oakland. Yeah. And no other places don't. Like I noticed when they tried to do I can't remember if it was Raw or SmackDown when they tried to do it at the Chase Center. It didn't draw very well. It's because people don't want to go to the Chase Center because it's so expensive. You have to pay $50 to $75 to park your car. Not always the best of neighborhoods at night. The public transportation is meh. And like I don't like going down there. I went. The only time I've ever gone was to Revolution, and I was not impressed with that arena. I'm like, oh, Warriors left Roracle for this shit. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm like, no. Whereas Golden One Center in Sacramento, that's a nice venue. Like they're like club level, nice. K Center, not nice, not so nice.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, just shit like that. But and they usually in Sacramento, they usually draw pretty well. So I'm waiting for them to go to Stockton to try to run over our SmackDown, and that one's a maybe 5,000 people, maybe more like 3,500 at minimum.
Yeah.
Or they can do the
I mean-
Cow Palace. Like I would think that would be fucking great if they ran NXT at the Cow Palace, one of the pay-per-views.
They
Because
should.
it's a legendary
There's
building.
nothing wrong with them doing it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It would look really good, even if they can't sell the whole thing. The way that building is and the way they do the lighting could be, you couldn't tell if it was. And my big thing was like, well, APW did 2 shows there and they sold them completely fucking out.
Yeah.
New Japan sold it out every time they ran there. It's been a while. I'm also New Japan. Speaking of, weird that we're not getting Battle in the Valley this January. So I don't get to see fucking Zack Sabre Jr. in my normal January. A little upset about that, but thanks, President Tanahashi. I hope you lose. I'm still upset that, you know, they couldn't make Shinsuke and Tanahashi work. Yeah.
I don't know when they
They were
were
trying to
trying to
get
get
it to
them.
work, but I think Tony Khan was getting butthurt about it.
Sure.
Yeah. But I'm like, dude, it's fucking no one wants to see fucking Okada and goddamn Tanahashi. I don't think that they really didn't have that kind of, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they've ever had that kind of, you know, like those kinds of programs, because it's always been, you know, him and Omega or him and Naito. But, you know, just I don't work there, so don't know. But speaking of working places, if you happen to be near this weekend near wherever Booker T runs his fucking promotion,
Houston.
Houston or wherever the hell it is, yeah. Ricky Saints is making an appearance. So go this Saturday. They added extra tickets because he's going there.
I did notice during the Ricky spot that Booker was
pushing him now. Yeah.
Pushing him a little bit.
Doesn't mean I still have to. I don't like you on commentary. You're fucking fair weathered.
I mean, it's kind of interesting that he waited till he turned heel to get there, you know, and now it's his boy or something. So
that's his boy. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm like, trash. But yeah, no. So, you know, wait till. Oh, there's Bishop. So let's talk about Cena.
Yeah, Bishop did a whole episode where he broke down the entire Cena run beat by beat. I think you matches though. Yeah, I think you missed a couple of the matches though, because you said he had 16 matches, and I pulled up something else and it said 18.
Okay,
and so I didn't double check them all.
I just went to Pro Play DB and counted while I didn't prepare for any of that, of course.
Yeah. So I think you might have missed 2 when you counted, but because I was thinking too, like in a poetic way. It was what bummed me out when I saw something, because Chris Van Vliet put out a graphic of all the matches, not the matches, but how many matches Cena had between 99 and now, and each year. And you know, the remember there was a couple of them where it was like one like, but his for this year was 18. And the only reason I thought that was kind of neat was because when you said it was 16, because I agreed with you that there was a real feeling of the missed opportunity of Kevin Owens that in my mind, the poetry of that was the never seen 17 because of Kevin Owens, right? Like the number 17 would have been Owens. I still think it was the biggest miss. Obviously, no one's at fault.
Where does Kevin Owens in 17 get put together?
If there was 16 matches and that was how many matches he had, then he would have been theoretically the 17th.
I got you.
Right, so he'd be the never seen 17.
Gotcha.
Which I was like, it's kind of cool. But then when I saw it was 18, I was like, fuck it. Trash. But
whoops, someone did the math wrong.
Whatever.
It's all good.
I don't do math.
But yeah, I was obviously out of everyone's control, Kevin Owens. But I do think that that's the biggest thing missing from this run was solid moment with Kevin Owens, not at the final event, right? But I think that the Dominic thing was the way to go out in general. I think it's a little unfortunate they had him lose back to back. I think Gunther was the wrong guy. We've been through it. I do agree that there was like a poetry to him smiling and tapping out because I do think this. The commentary wasn't watching the match. They were pushing a story that wasn't what was being told.
Correct.
And it was getting really fucking bothering me. It was pissing me off. So much so that when Cena taps out, Wade Barrett says that he just couldn't do it. That Gunther had worn him down and broken his spirit. And he tapped and gave up. And I was like, were you watching at all? Because that motherfucker not only did not lose his spirit, he was smiling about this. He was happy to move on. You know what I mean? And theoretically, if we're taking in everything that's happening in the ring, it made him happy to think that he couldn't get out. That the concept of the character of John Cena wanted to leave behind something better than himself, right? And in the character kayfabe of it, I can't beat this guy. And that made him happy because throughout his entire career, he was Super Cena. There's nobody he couldn't beat. He might lose to a guy, but there's nobody he couldn't beat. Right? Right. You even pulled it up. He beat Brock like what, 2 out of the 5, 3 out of the 5, something like that. He still beat him, right? There's nobody I can't beat. I might not be able to beat him the first time or the second time, but there's nobody I can't beat, right? And to me, that was the moment of him just being like, yeah, I can't beat this guy, you know? Yeah, I can't keep going, right? And he was happy to leave behind something bigger than himself, right? Or that he was happy to gas out, right? He was happy to be like, that's all I got in my fight. I've given it all, right? They kept talking about him like he gave up. He gave up. I was like, no, he didn't. He tapped out, and there's a massive difference. And he wasn't broken, and his spirit wasn't crushed. Like, it was so weird. And then even on the way in, they're like, he's got a history. He fucking ended Goldberg's career this year. No, he didn't. He did not. Goldberg hadn't wrestled in what, 2.5 years?
Yeah.
And he came back for one match to settle a score with a dude who talked shit about him on TV. And oh my God, he wasn't ready for that match and lost it. A dude who hadn't wrestled in almost 3 years, who also hurt himself while training for that match, didn't get retired by Gunther. If Gunther's new gimmick is beating up old people on their way out the door, like, you're not the guy who threw him out. You're the guy who closed the door when they left. Right? You're not the bouncer dude. You're the guy with the keys, right? You're the lockup guy. You're the janitor for all it looks like. Hey man, you gotta go. That's it.
Right.
Because he also posted, like, he retweeted a fucking thing where somebody had done this graphic of Goldberg in gray, John Cena half in gray, and then it said who's next, and it was like Brock and Randy. And I saw something else mention potentially AJ, because AJ said his last match is going to be next year. And it's like, if they think Gunther being the last guy to wrestle all these guys means anything, like, they're not even watching their own product. You're wrestling people at the end of their career when they've already said, I'm done. You're not ending careers. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels could still go when he got retired by The Undertaker. And you could tell by the match he put on, he could still do this. But he lost his career because that was a stipulation. Undertaker retired Shawn Michaels. He could have kept going except I'm better than him. These are guys who could not keep going, whether you're better than them or not. If Cena won, you're still going to be able to say, I was in his last match the same way. It just doesn't make sense to me. And the commentary did not match up at all with the story that was being told. They kept trying to push Gunther as his character that he's not. And his real gimmick is just that he's a farewell tour guy for some reason. You know what I mean? He's not making people put their career on the line.
No.
If you want to do something big, let's say somebody like an LA Knight's contract is up.
Yeah.
Right. Have him do a retirement match. Have a loser leaves town match. Right. Start doing it with younger guys who can go. For if that's going to be his actual thing. I end careers here. I'm the end of the line.
Yeah.
But this he ended Goldberg's career and now John Cena's. He did not. He just fucking didn't. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole match, if I'm honest. I watched like the last 2 minutes. Because the last thing I wanted to see was a boring ass match that I heard that I didn't hear anybody like. And the crowd didn't want it. The crowd didn't want it, and they didn't want the way that it went. And I thought that was also a travesty too.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been teaching the crowd since fucking Yeselmania that if you're loud enough, we will make a change. They talked about it with The Rock versus Hogan. They were loud enough, so in ring we changed it. You know what I mean? We switched it. I was heel and he was babyface. The winner still was the winner, but we changed the way we did the match. It wasn't supposed to go that way. So the crowd was loud because they wanted to see him win because it was Gunther. Not because it was a bad guy and a good guy. That's the other thing. I saw somebody, I think you even mentioned it in your podcast, so you're like maybe one of 2 people, 3 people I heard say it, where it's all like, well, look, he's a heel, so you should be upset that he lost. And no, you booed because he's the heel that won. Nah, that's an oversimplification and patronizing. You see, people were not booing.
I think that's a perception. Yeah, that's what they think it's supposed to seem like. Yeah,
Yes.
like, oh, they're booing because he's a bad guy. No, that's not why they're booing.
No, because they didn't boo Gunther as he left.
Right.
They booed Triple H as he walked out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They didn't
Like,
boo when the bell rang. They booed when Triple H came out and they said, "You fucked up." Go ahead.
I mentioned it on the podcast too. Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns is one of the best matches I've ever watched at the Elimination Chamber in Montreal, right? And at the end of that match, the crowd is dead silent. And at the end of this match, the crowd was dead silent. The biggest difference was that match between Roman and Sami Zayn built in a way in the ring, you actually thought Sami Zayn could win that match. And we were shocked that Roman won.
Yeah.
A guy who had the title for over a year at that time, maybe 2 years, whatever, however long it was at that time. We were still shocked because they found a way during the match to make us believe.
Yeah.
Not one bit did anyone believe Cena was going to win. They just couldn't believe that he lost.
And that this is how he was going to lose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree with your concept. I think that the simple concept too, that for a character that never gives to give up, for the character to really be done. I get that. But even then, tapping out the way he did was not giving up. Or maybe it was more than that, right? It was done flat. It was done with the wrong guy, and it was done with a tournament. When especially with a character like Gunther, you could have used 3 weeks to have promo battles between the two of them.
Yeah.
Gunther could have screwed Cena around. You know what I mean? He could have been fucking bumping into him in the back. You know what I mean? Like he could have been being a bully. He could have been a bully asshole every time Cena's in the back having an interview talking about, oh yeah, I'm here to do this thing. Boom, shoulder check. What the fuck is that about? Oh, are you still here? I can't wait for you to leave. You know what I mean? Just bullshit stuff where you go like, man, fuck that guy. But
It didn't help.
Go ahead.
It didn't help though that Cena was like, oh, he's only has so many, and there was nothing in between, shows to build up anything, right? So what were we supposed to do with that?
That was something I realized while doing the episode, that the actual biggest mistake of the heel run was counting the dates, because then we knew there was a finale. If we were surprised that it was going to be the last match, like You know, hey, there's 5 dates left, and Cena
Yeah.
just won the Intercontinental Championship. What is going to happen? Like,
And
that's,
then you
we
sit
didn't
there
get
and you're
that.
counting like when are these 5 days and
Right. Which one
they're
could
going
they
to
be?
coincide with when they're here. We're like,
Yeah, but
well,
no,
I never,
from
you know?
from heel turn on, it was like there's 30 dates left, and then his last like 7 left. They broadcasted like, get your fucking tickets because this is going to be the days.
No, but
And
it started at 10 and 11, I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like 10, 11, 12 around that area.
No, it started in the 20s
Yeah.
because they started
It
it
was-
early in the year. It was in the
Did
20s.
they start early in the year?
Well, no, when they
Well,
were
it's like-
advertising like this is the last match, just get your tickets now.
Yeah.
They,
Oh,
I think in
yeah,
the, yeah, no, on
Yeah, it was like in the
on
teens,
on
early
screen they did that shit in the 30s when
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
over in Brussels or whatever the fuck. It was
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
oh well, there's only 30 dates left, and I got to waste 2 in Europe or whatever the fuck he said. So like, it's those things where it's like they, and I don't know where you're at in your analysis of the match and everything, but like we as adults watching wrestling want to buy in because we know what it is, right?
Mhm.
They told us, hey, you guys know what this is, right? And then they do a match in kayfabe. You know what I mean? And we're supposed to believe you now. Like it's we're all in on this together, right? And we're all on the same page together. And then they do something that's not on the same page. And it's just like, well, no, we were doing this. But we're just now supposed to go, okay, we're not doing this anymore. We'll watch this little thing that you're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, no, we were doing it together. Then they went to the side and they did it themselves. And it's just, that's exactly how the match felt to me. I'm like, wait, no, they went, not Cena and Gunther, but the booking committee there. You know, like they were like, no, well, we'll just do it this way because this is how wrestling's supposed to be done. Well, the last 2 weeks, you told us that we're not doing this the way wrestling's been done. So why are you doing it now?
Yeah.
And that's what was fucked up.
Dude, and it was also fucking horseshit on the commentary. They said pro wrestling beat sports entertainment.
Oh.
What a fucking shitty line.
That was so stupid. When I thought that, I'm like, what was pro wrestling about that? Because to be quite honest, if you're trying to tell me that was a technical Gunther match, no, that was fucking not a technical Gunther match. I've seen what those look like. I've seen what Gunther pro wrestling is.
It's not even in the top 10 of Gunther shit that I've seen.
Yeah.
Again, another thing I mentioned, I don't know if you said you only watched 2 minutes of it. I implore you to watch the rest of it to see if you saw what I saw. Gunther was trying too hard to give Cena what Cena wanted, and they lacked chemistry because Gunther was. And look, he's doing the professional right thing and taking the back seat to Cena, but like they was like, okay, you want me to like some Charlotte Flair type shit?
It was very forced almost.
Yeah.
And
like,
it was stupid. I agree with you 1000%, Bishop. It was like it was like almost like even Gunther kind of felt, I probably wasn't the one that should be in here like this because there was no story because he's so fucking dry. Now, had you put LA Knight in there, even not having these promo battles, right? That would have been entertaining, you know, to say the least. Gunther was just kind of like,
and you know what? You're right. And LA Knight could have easily given you the emotion.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's
sorry, I love you moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it wasn't going to exist with Gunther. And again, we texted each other, right? Where it was the fact that the literal worst part of WrestleMania was Gunther tapping out to Jay, because it's even with this big fucking moment that's going to last forever, it's still not erased. Like it's actually hindering Gunther right now.
Yeah.
And he beats the greatest of all time to a tap out, and it's not erasing what you did. They didn't ruin Gunther because he can still get there on his own. I actually don't think a lot of this shit bothers him at all. So he'll be able to make it work.
Yeah.
But as fans, we also don't want to watch him work that fucking hard.
Yeah.
He's been put behind the fucking 8 ball.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he can't make it work. I'm wondering if they're trying to lean into the bullshit of it all, right? Because there's a certain part where, so on Raw, I didn't see much of it, but I saw
and
the
that's
thing.
Just fucking disrespectful.
Yeah.
To Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you that like if LA Knight had won, we would have had a fucking moment here. I don't even think Gunther is inherently a boring wrestler. I think he's a fantastic wrestler. I think he's really fun to watch, but he's having a lot of fucking duds. Like even his match with Goldberg was bad. Quit bringing it up.
Yeah.
It was not a good match. It didn't go well. You guys didn't have any chemistry. This match with Cena did not go great. Quit fucking trying to pretend like this massive clinical catch-can wrestling match happened. That's not what fucking happened here.
But you see, that's where Gunther, where WWE kind of fails him, right? Is his style. Nobody's really doing his style. Nobody. And that's really, at the end of the day, that's really what fans don't want that shit. They want the chop, yeah, but anything else other than that, they don't want. They don't care. They don't want that. They want to see 5 moves of doom. Does fucking Gunther have 5 moves of doom? No. He's not your stereotypical cookie cutter WWE superstar. All of them have 5 moves, pretty much. And, that's just not, he doesn't fit the formula. And his matches of late have been duds because it's like, you're putting him against, some of these people. Like there's some, people have a vision of what like Goldberg was. What he is today obviously was not, but it's more of, why are we making Gunther that chosen one now? Because it's dry. It's dry. If you're a normal fan, that's dry. That's boring,
It's true, but they're trying to push it that direction. And I'd also say that like the idea of like, why are you pushing him this way? They have been pushing him this way since he came in, right? One of their favorite stats is that in the amount of days he's been a superstar, he's been a fucking champion, like over 80% of it. He doesn't know a lot of days without titles, right? So it's been his gimmick. But
part was, I think, the longest reign, and if I'm wrong, please tell me, wasn't the NXT UK title, didn't he have that the longest of all of his titles in WWE?
A year and a half was pandemic related.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it was almost 600 days, and they're not going to do that on the main roster for anybody but like a Roman. I mean, they didn't do that with anybody else. I mean, none of the titles on the main roster have been held that long except for Roman's singular run. And that world title for in certain specific times. That's what made the Roman thing so remarkable, was it was the modern era, right, versus the older era. But what I was trying to say before, where you're talking about how they put him behind the 8 ball, by having him cut a promo where he said Cena tapped out like a bitch, is only going to heighten the fact that he tapped out. So either Gunther doesn't understand tap outs, like I don't understand how you do that promo and not make the fans feel like you're insulting our intelligence, a la Vince McMahon. That feels like what the fuck are you talking about? And if they think that is like garnering heat towards Gunther, it's not. For me, it garners heat towards the writers. Why would you make Gunther say that after he did a tap out? Why wouldn't you go out there and he can talk all the shit he wants about Cena, but he could have said he did the smart thing and tapped out before it got real bad. You know what I mean? He saved himself. He could have given himself an out, right? But he said tapping out was the bitch thing to do. He could have said Cena was smart for tapping out because he was able to have his moment in the ring. And if he didn't tap out, I'd have choked him out so hard he would have been taken out in an ambulance. Right? But he didn't. He said
lack of being able to cut a good promo.
I think he can cut
it. It's the writing too, though. The writing.
The writing too, yeah.
Yeah, because it goes back to the match, right? Yeah. The crowd booed, right? But they didn't boo Gunther. They didn't boo John Cena.
Yeah.
Right? They booed those who created it. And when you look at the haphazard way they put the match together based on what they were selling us beforehand and how the fans were feeling, because I'm not too much into the do everything the fans say that you know what I mean? Like, don't give them too much Kool-Aid, because then you'll never tell a story, right? But in this moment,
Kool-Aid at goddamn fucking in San Antonio.
In this situation, like I said it, before, and I'll say it until the fucking cows come home. Like, if you break the mold of wrestling with anyone, you do it with Cena. So you don't do what you're supposed to do in wrestling with Cena.
You do what's right. You do what's right for the fans. Somebody who gave the fans everything, you're just going to give the fans the same thing you give every other person when they leave. It's just, it didn't feel right at all. And those who put that match together, put that promo together, and it shows.
Yeah.
And it shows. There's no completion of story being told.
Yeah, it just, to me, it was a mess, and it was a fucking miss on everything. I feel like his entire run was a series of misses. And I feel like the sad part is they knew well in advance, and then we didn't even get him for at least 3 months on the top of the year. So they had a ton of time to put shit together. I feel like they kept trying to change things to appease something or someone, and it just kept he just kept going down their list of priorities. And this was something that could have been a really fucking cool thing if they'd done it right. And it just felt like they did everything wrong. There's very little that happened during this entire final run where you're all like, that was the right thing. Even the idea of making him 17 was the right thing. The way they did it was fucked up. It was terrible. Like, I've watched the Royal Rumble match where he won 16 a dozen times. It's so fucking good. It's put together so well. I never want to see the match where he won 17 again. That match started out solid, a little methodical, a little slow, and right as it picks up, they fuck the whole thing. Bring out Travis Scott by himself to suddenly be a difference maker. And you're all like, wait, it was just getting somewhere. Like, to be honest, actually, when you really break it down, that match with Cody was far more technical than this match with Gunther. That was a lot more of a pro wrestling match than this one was. So I don't know. It sucked. It sucks because he deserves so much. They did it all right when it came to video packages and merch. And it feels like maybe that was their focus. Like, you did everything right in every city for the fans to connect with Cena, and you did nothing right in the ring for the fans to connect with his final run.
Yeah.
Like, we were all there appreciating that this was the last time we were going to see him. Very few people were appreciating what we were seeing in front of us, except for the fact it was him. So in a way, it was almost like, how horrible can you botch up an entire year and still come out more beloved on the other end? Only Cena could have gotten away with that. Right?
I'm going to shake my head. I'm going to shake my head. Just shake my head. I mean, I feel like the only thing now that we've really gotten from this all is, I feel like we had some cool fucking merch out of it.
The fucking merch, dude. Merch of a lifetime, dude.
There you go. There you go. Like, part of me, like, I'm sitting here looking at it. I kind of want to get the Topps card thing that they have.
It has Punk on it?
What's that awkward belt moment?
That was really weird. I know it was kind of nice, but it was a little. Are you guys doing it? You're not
Weird,
doing
and
it?
then Willis
A little slow
said
playing it.
Yeah, I saw it with Willis. Okay, I watched Saturday Night's main event with Willis because he helped me out on Saturday. Shout out to Willis. Willis was like, why is that? I was like, what the fuck is this awkwardness bullshit? And then so Willis, when he went home, he was like, he sent me the Hogan clip where they did that with Hogan. And I was like, even that's kind of awkward too. So I'm like, who cares? Who cares? It would have been more interesting if you came out with like all the 17 variations of the belts that he had. That would have been cool. That would have been awkward. Yeah, and just let him fucking be a goat and fucking have all those on his shoulders or wherever the fuck he wants to put them. That would have been great. Not this awkwardness. So, and I'm not saying that because I don't like Phil. It was just really awkward. But it was also awkward that Phil led that.
Well, I tell you what, it was. I'm sure it wasn't as authentic as it looked, but it was the most authentic I thought I saw Punk be. I think in this moment he actually has appreciation for what John has done for him in wrestling, so he wanted to give that back, and I think I saw that during that moment. So as much as I'm not a Punk guy, I definitely that's kind of what I was feeling there. I did feel it was over the top. I didn't realize it goes back to Hogan and Cena, but yeah.
I thought it was also funny. I do think that Punk now appreciates Triple H and Cena in ways he never did before, and Roman even. But I do think he's trying to like rewrite history of what he said. Because in that one fucking video package, they're like, contrary to popular belief, I've always admired and looked up to Cena. And also like, motherfucker, it's not a dirty rumor that came out of nowhere. You fucking said a lot of shit about him on fucking on air. Like, we heard you on podcasts when you were not in the wrestling sphere talking mad shit about how Cena's not that good and about how you're so much better than him and about how it never should have been Cena and about how it always should have been you and the company fucked up by picking Cena. And then now you're like, I don't know where all this fucking, I don't know where this belief is that I don't love John Cena. And I was what?
I think we said it on episode 1. It would be great to just hear him say, "This was the moment I realized I fucked up."
Yeah.
And then we can believe what he says after that.
Yeah, as opposed to saying like contrary to popular belief, he really should have said, I didn't see him for what he was until it was way later than I should have. And now I look back and think that I was dumb for forever doubting him. Right? At that point you go, "Oh, he's come around." But this whole like he's always been my guiding light. The fuck off.
Right.
You fucking hated him. You said it all the time.
He always tried to be the anti-Cena.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's where I get pissed off. Okay, because so his thing with Cody, he talks about the Saudi thing, and he was calling him Phil Brooks. I'm like it was a Phil Brooks moment, you know. He really learned. Like, you have a guy that's a fucking plant that was sitting right there, dude. I still don't buy that guy had to have been a plant.
Oh yeah, it was a plant for sure.
It was a plant. And I'm like, Cena, you fucking got swindled, buddy. That motherfucker don't care about Saudi. He didn't want that blood money. He had to fucking eat. He had to eat crow. Because what are they going to do? They're going to fucking, some terrorist cell is going to fucking kidnap him, or the oil guys, you know, with their whatever the fuck they call the thing, headwear. Yeah, what are they going to do? Are they going to come fucking get you and like hold you hostage? That would have been the greatest ever. No one ever pay the hostage. Don't pay it. Let them kill him. It's okay. Oh shit. Anyways. But I'm like, don't be like, oh, I'm proud of him because, you know, that was Phil Brooks. He was a man. He manned up to that. I go, no, he's not. That's the same motherfucker that fucking put his fucking dick between his legs and fucking, you know, whatever. It's not, no. For all the shit he talked about Cena over the years and that company and everything, no. How does one forgive that? Nobody does. You shouldn't be. And if you do, you're a dumbass.
Absolutely you can, but I'm saying that usually comes with context, right? There's usually comes with a Punk being as vocal about him being wrong as he has been vocal about never being wrong. The idea that he's just trying to gaslight the concept that he ever talked shit on Cena or the company. That's the fuck up. There's no fuck up in saying I changed my mind or I'm different now or I've seen the light after all these experiences.
It's a lie. The hypocrite. It's a lie.
It doesn't have to be a lie. He can like. You don't actually know him. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't actually know what has happened in his mind since he's come back to WWE. I think he says a lot of fucking insincere shit. My problem is that when he's even trying to be sincere, he never backs it up with context. He always just pretends he's always been this way.
Leopards never cannot change their spots.
That's the most inhumane thought process you've ever expressed. It's just that humans can't change or be better. And if you, of all people, and the people you support, to think that someone can't change under circumstances is kind of silly.
No.
With context, people can change.
Yeah, but they're not hypocrites.
Hypocrites are people who believe something and behave separately than that. Not people who change their mind or shift their views because of something.
He'll be fooling everybody.
But you don't know that he didn't either. I'm saying he doesn't provide context when he says shit. He just pretends it's always been. And that's my problem, is that if he has changed in any way, you can't just say, yeah, I've always felt this way. No, you clearly haven't. You know what I mean? Like, if he provided a context in which we can see that a change happened, or I was wrong when I said this or thought this, then it's way different than when he just goes like, always been my guiding light. Though he fucking wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, say that it changed, because then I can believe you, right? It's harder to believe when you just pretend
Well,
you've always just been this way.
it's always
But I
hard.
think it's very possible for anyone to change,
Yeah,
but it
it's
has
hard
to
to
come with
believe.
context.
But it's hard to believe when you have a plant out there. Because God forbid he, looks bad. God forbid. That's his MO. Don't have to know him or not.
What plant? What are you talking about? Plant?
The plant guy in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that dude? Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You can't, yeah. He will
But
never
even then,
try to
if he
look
had,
bad.
if he had even tried to provide context on where the change came, for him to be like, no, I never really had a problem with it. It's like, no, you fucking did.
Mhm.
You're super vocal. You know what I mean? Like, that's my problem, is that he doesn't provide context. He just gaslights, saying that everyone's misunderstood him always. And you're like, no. If you're having
No.
changes of heart and changes of mind, that's totally fine and acceptable and probably the right shift to have. But you have to provide context, because otherwise you just sound insane. Because you want us to forget everything you've ever said and done.
But he
You know?
does that. He wants you to forget that he's this good guy. He's the voice of the voiceless. But yet, I don't know. I just don't like him. But
Yeah, no, I still don't like him at all.
Yeah,
But it was
I
really
was just
fun.
kind of like,
He's always my
I'm
guiding
not
light. I was like, fuck you, dude.
I mean, come on. Like, I'm sitting here like, he runs his mouth about AEW. I mean, it's same shit. Just you change the players in it. Same shit. Same thing. So I'm sure like something will come out and be, well, I told Tony Khan I'm not doing whatever, Tony Khan blood money. I don't know. Football blood money. His dad, that football money, the footy money, whatever. I'm like, he's too much. Way too much. But
did you say they even announced a brand new start time for Rumble? They like tried to announce it as like it was this big fucking benefit.
For whom?
That's the thing. And it was like, it's 2 p.m. And they're like, new start time, earlier time, all this stuff. And you're like, it's because it's in fucking Saudi Arabia, you assholes.
Right.
Like, this wasn't a gift to us. This was a circumstantial thing. We all knew it was going to be in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been at 9 a.m. like a lot of their other ones, but yeah, it just kind of pissed me off when I saw it. And the Saudis are putting so much money into the America, and now they're getting a fucking base, and I feel really fucking awful about all of it. So I'm having a harder time believing that WWE actually has a fucking positive spin. Not a say, but like because I felt like when WWE was the only people like really doing business with them at first, kind of. I mean, other people were like golf and shit, but it felt like that at the time that they were trying to push for a social shift, and now I think they were just pawns.
Yep.
I think WWE was the fucking.
They were the foot in the door.
Yeah, they were the foot in the door, and then I fucking truly believe that all those little things that they got by adding one women's match, then two women's match, and now they can wrestle without a shirt on, and now they can put on this gear, and now there's women in the crowd, and there weren't before. I feel like that was like little fucking steps that Saudis allowed to happen and planted to happen to make them look a certain way, and that WWE were just tools of them, and I don't like that.
Yeah. Because
at the end of the day, what that tells me is that money above all things, and that's just not a fucking healthy country.
That's where we fucking live anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get what we're supposed to get out of it.
Less and less. Now that we don't even get the big ones, they got Rumble and Mania.
Yeah.
And I would personally actually be shocked if it wasn't in Saudi. Mania wasn't in Saudi back to back.
It probably will be.
The fact that Vegas was back to back, I'd be absolutely floored if the Saudi Rumble and Manias didn't end up back to back as well.
God damn it.
I think they're going to start getting 2 of the 4 every year.
God damn it. So that means that I need to go to Saudi Arabia to see fucking Ricky's first fucking WrestleMania. No, thank you.
Just watch it on TV with the rest of us.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be better.
I have ESPN, so you know.
No,
I'll be watching it. Don't know about y'all.
Yeah, it's
watch. I'll probably do something between then. And it's like, oh no, the Saudis want you to pay. I'm like, I pay at the gas pump every fucking time I put gas in. Cut a person a break. Come on now. But I will say, yes, I think that Cena, I love the fact that he had it was a Cena Superstore. Jealous.
Yeah, that was so fucking cool.
That was so cool. I
had a friend there. I should have told him to grab me one of those like cups or something, just a little fucking trinket, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But I didn't even think about it till like I was watching it today, and they were showing the clips of it. And I was like, "Fuck, man, that dude could have grabbed me like a keychain or something." Like I
don't care, a little fucking button. I don't care a fucking
pin. Yeah,
corkscrew,
just a trinket,
fucking wine thing. I don't care. But no, what I was a little sad about, there's actually some cool shirts because I'm looking at WWE shop. And there was a cool shirt that I saw on here. It makes me laugh, and part of me kind of wants it, like, because I think it's funny. But it says here, if Cena wins, we'll complain about it on the internet.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is great.
The thing is, this too is like, because I know we always talk about like the fickleness and people getting what they want versus what they don't want. The thing that I think also made this really shitty was that from the moment they announced there's going to be a tournament, immediately before they even announced who was in it, every podcast and every idiot online was saying it's going to be Gunther. It has to be Gunther.
Yeah.
There was already podcasts the next day saying, here's the tournament, how I would do it. Gunther's got to win. He's got to win by choke. Right. The fact that that's actually where it went is a problem. Right. Because it's just a problem. But like, I honestly think for everyone who thought it would be Gunther and would want it to be Gunther, I can't think of anybody, or I can't believe that there's anybody who would have been like, that's fucked up if Cena actually won. You know what I mean? I can't imagine it. The way that everyone's saying it's fucked up that Cena lost the way he did, I don't think is a fickle thing. You know, I do think that had Cena won, everyone would have been like, you know what though? That's right. You know,
I think they wanted it, especially because he was becoming uber super Cena, that it was like, there's no way after all of this that he can't win. And I think that that's really what triggered it. Because as much as people hated Super Cena, they didn't want him to go down like that. And I get it. You know, I just kind of was like, my biggest thing was I was more upset that I thought it was the wrong guy. That was more upsetting to me. But I got over that. But, you know, and I also, good Lord, I also was like, I thought we were getting this first. But then Willis had told me, no, they didn't say anything like that. I said, I could have sworn I read that. So you fucking dirt sheets. God damn you. Yeah, God damn you. I'm like, they can't have him on first. It's like, yeah, they shouldn't have had him on second at Survivor Series. But, you know, man, Cena's last two shows, period. Triple H's gotten booed. They've gotten booed. That's really kind of saying something, because you would have thought that everyone learned their lesson after Survivor Series. Yeah, on how all of it ended. I mean, is that going to happen the next big one? Because the next big one's what? The Rumble?
Yeah, in Saudi.
In Saudi. Yeah. Well, they won't boo. And if they do, that'll be very interesting. They're just happy to have them.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get what they want because they're going to see wrestling. They're not going to You know, I do think that there's some smart fans there. So I'm not saying that it's like it's all shit, but it truly, I don't know. It always feels like no matter what, it's the right call. You know, and which is fine, but that's also my issue with most of the non-US crowds is they have their own narrative going into the event. You know, it happens in the UK a lot, or in Europe a lot, whether it's France or the UK. It's like you get it, you got all your chants going, but where's the booze? You know, where's the true cheers for what just happened? And I don't think that necessarily takes place in Saudi either.
And by the way, boo to you guys in San Antonio. They were having nothing about my fucking, you know, the Ricky Saints one. They were having nothing. It was like crickets. I'm like, all right, this isn't going anywhere. I'm gonna stop. I'm like,
yeah.
One day, I'm gonna make that happen. And it's kind of like Mean Girls.
He's trying to do this thing when he goes out. So fucking goofy.
Yeah, no. I was doing it. Always do it. Because, you know, sucker for that shit. But yes. So, a little sad that they almost re-released almost every John Cena shirt except for the one I really wanted.
Yeah.
Which was the one that looked like the AWA logo. The blue
one.
one.
Yeah. That was a cool one.
That was like one of my favorite ones. And they didn't re-release it. I was like, oh.
Did they redo the Pabst one?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's gone already. Yeah.
I didn't want to.
That one was gone. The Nintendo cartridge. One, that one's gone too. Like they sold them. But there's a couple cool ones. Like they have ones with all the belts that he had, and on the front it says the Grand Slam champ is here. I think that's a cool one. Pro Sphere shirt. And then like I said, it's these ones they re-released, and I should have, when it was up there, my loss, I should have ordered that fucking Las Vegas. I don't know why that like goes so quickly. It's like, you know, fuck. The Las Vegas Mania shirt because of the size thing that I like, I'll wait with that one.
I thought they had those at Survivor Series.
I
was pretty sure I saw
that was online. I didn't see it at the shop. No, I thought it was online.
Oh, you know where I saw it? At the Albuquerque Raw. That's the one they were selling at Albuquerque.
Okay. Yeah. And then
if I'd known you were looking for that, I'd asked you if you wanted me to see if they had your size. I didn't know you were.
Oh, no. I didn't think they had it because I was just going to buy it on, you know, WWE shop, but it's gone already. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? But the other one that's interesting to me now, they're still going to make money off of him because I guess at Raw, they were selling Cena shirts in, I guess, the colors of wherever they were. It just didn't have the little circle logo on the bottom. It had like the airport city code. I think that's what they were. The airport city codes on there. Yeah. I'm like, that's stupid. That's why I didn't buy the one in San Jose. I'm like, don't try to patronize me. I didn't get fucking Cena here. No. Boo. But speaking of Cena, when you I need to ask you, Bishop, what is a fucking blue hen?
I have no clue. It's some type of fucking chicken.
It's a Delaware. It's called a Delaware blue hen, and apparently
it's the University of Delaware. It's their mascot. I have no clue what it is. Never seen one.
Because apparently Cody, when he used to drive Cena around, they had something that he was like, yeah, and then there was this blue hen. He goes, I don't know where it was from, like Delaware or Kentucky, and yeah, so they gave props to Delaware. So just so you know, that's
all. Dude, you got a shout out.
Shout out to Delaware and those fucking blue hens. I was like, what the fuck is that? I had to stop it and rewind because I was like, why are you talking about Delaware? What the fuck? It's so random. Got to tell Bishop that if you hadn't heard it yet. But yes. Yeah. Apparently that was a thing in their rides. Like they were talking about how much alcohol they drank. Like Cena's like, oh yeah, pack the car cooler. He said, you know, It's always it was a 24. It was they called it a 24 something, and it had
Rack.
obviously it was the big case of beer. So
They probably called it a rack, I would imagine.
no, it wasn't a rack. They called it something else.
Really?
I don't remember. Yeah, but it was interesting because, because Cody was like, "Oh, was it like what did you have in there?" So it was like I think there were it's like 16 bottles of Coors Banquet, and then I can't remember what the other one was. Maybe the gold can, I think. I don't know, but it was Coors apparently. So I'm like, okay, all right, not drinking. Well, thank goodness it wasn't like Budweiser, so that just doesn't taste like anything. But yeah, so it's a very interesting one to watch. It is 2 hours. I'm like, wow, didn't expect it to go 2 hours. So, but real kind of cool thing. So, how did you guys feel about that? The kind of that end, that farewell.
The video at the end?
Besides the awkwardness of the belts with Cody and Phil.
I mean, it was a good moment with the belts. It just was a little weird for a couple minutes there. Like they were kind of dragging it in a weird way where I was like, you guys like staring at him in a weird way. I was like, you guys gonna do something? You're not doing something? Are we going on? You also know what's funny is oh man, I forget where I saw it, but something had the title, the one that Punk has.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it somewhere and I was like, fuck, I cannot remember who even holds that title right now. I was like, that's how much that title fucking sucks. And I was thinking about it for like almost the whole day, never figured it out. And then when CM Punk came out with it, when I saw it today, I was like, oh, he's got it. I was like,
that's how important it is.
Yeah, that's how much it fucking doesn't matter. But I loved the video. I thought it was really great. Bishop talked about this on his Terrible Wrestling Takes, that there was a visual shift in Cena when they showed Vince McMahon and played his voice as he was talking about the greatness that is Cena. And you could even see Cena mouth something, and it was hard to see if he went like man or fuck, because it was just kind of like a man, like. But I think that was a moment that hit him where he realized how important Cena is, right? Cena's so important that this isn't going to be a problem. Where in a lot of other contexts, showing Vince McMahon talking about people could be a problem. But this is one where you're like, look, there's no confusing who gave Cena his shot.
Yeah.
There's no confusing who pushed Cena through 23 years of his career. You know what I mean? Like there's no confusing the importance that McMahon has in Cena's life. He's had importance in bad ways in other people's life, but in Cena's life, he's been a positive, massive influence. So it was nice that they threw him in there. They didn't overdo it. Just one little fucking bleep of him. This is him saying how great of a man Cena is and moving on. And it did hit Cena in a way where I think he was kind of like, yeah, that man changed my whole fucking life, you know?
And I think it was short enough that people didn't, because when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, people are going to react to this. But nobody did.
They did, yeah.
And I thought that was a good thing, because also at the same point too, you know, this company, no matter what you think about like Vince McMahon and what he does and doesn't do and whatnot, these last, so many years, it's because of fucking Cena. You cannot tell me that it's not. Like, I don't think WWE would have survived without him. I really think so.
When you look at everyone else in the atmosphere there, who was even on the roster, you could make arguments that this guy or that guy may have been able to carry certain aspects, but I think the ambassadorship that Cena was able to do for WWE was completely unmatched and unparalleled by literally anyone that's ever existed in WWE. And I do think that there was a number of heavy downtimes that could have been a problem, but that Cena carried it through. I really do believe that.
Oh yeah.
Without Cena, there's a whole lot that doesn't happen.
Exactly. Absolutely.
I don't know if the business would have gone away entirely, but I don't think they would have ended up on Fox. I don't think they would have ended up with Peacock. I don't think you would have had these big deals that fucking changed it all, you know?
No. And people will say, well, The Rock really had a part. No, this was all Cena. This was like Cena. And to a certain extent, maybe a Roman, but not really, because it was Cena. It was really Cena. That was modern day WWE is John Cena. Now the future, what it's going to be,
It's Cody.
Who knows?
Cody Rhodes.
oh, it's
I don't
Cody,
think-
Cody Rhodes.
I don't think anyone is as
For 3 years.
important to wrestling
Mhm.
as Cena. Like, I agree with you, right? Like, they always bring back The Rock or Brock Lesnar or whatever for that pop when they're down, right? But part of why they're down is because Cena's not here anymore. And I again, self-admittedly, and I went over this, like, I'm never a Cena fan. I didn't want to watch because I saw him, and I'm like, I don't want to watch you. And then when I got back into it, seeing who the Cena guy was and how he literally doesn't fuck up anything. Like, he's just like perfect at what he does, right? And then to watch him be so synonymous and how he talks about wrestling, like, you can just type in late night television wrestlers, right? Everyone's been on it. Jesse, Randy, and Hogan on all of them, and Austin and Rock and everyone in their wrestling gear and all that shit. Undertaker's done, these shows before too. And it's like everyone's been some type of ambassador, some way, shape, or form. Hogan was the biggest star in the fucking 80s, period.
Mhm.
And the business was ready to leave when he was barely even done. He couldn't prop it up anymore. And I think I love Roman and what he brings to TV, but he doesn't bring an ounce of what Cena does to cachet to wrestling. Like, there's an authenticity. One of the things that I said, the tap out was the wrestling character John Cena being done, right? Undertaker can tap out and go be Mark Calloway, right? John Cena is John Cena. It's his name. It's who he is. But the wrestling character had to leave. But what you always got with Cena, no matter what he did, wearing a suit or wristbands, was John Cena. You always had authenticity there. And that authenticity is what always will be synonymous. Even when Cena isn't wrestling anymore, he'll go on a talk show and he will be told or asked about wrestling, and he will speak to it the same way he does now, because that's just the authenticity. It's the thing that lacks with The Rock, right? The Rock always tries to bring a grandiose story, which may or may not be true, and heightened enhanced or whatever, but it lacks the Dwayne Johnson of it, right? You always hear The Rock when he talks about wrestling. Even when he's talking about being Dewey, it still sounds like The Rock giving you a promo. The authenticity John Cena brings to life and attaches it to wrestling when he's talking about it, I don't think anyone's ever done for the business.
Yeah. I mean, even when he's promoting Peacemaker, he's showing up on like Fallon in Peacemaker gear.
Strictly pro
Like,
wrestling,
that's
for sure.
That's pro wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're going to talk about wrestling. It's just going to be part of it as well. Like, it's never not a topic, right? Like, yeah, with Cena, that's what he's doing, is he's bringing it all with him and carries the whole. It's all on his shoulders all the time, and he never flinches. You know.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah,
he's the
He
best.
is. And honestly, like with what he will do for WWE in the future, I think that's great to give him the ambassador role, because
He signed a 5-year ambassadorship already.
yeah, and that was probably the easiest deal that those two ever made. The company and him together. I was probably didn't even blink about it.
yeah.
Hey, we have this 5-year ambassadorship deal for you. Yep. And you go, all right, let me go take care of something that, needs my actual attention.
Yeah. And I think
know?
that it works well for him, because the only person I like when I think of WWE and they're an ambassador is Titus O'Neil. You haven't seen a lot of Titus lately, but I'm not saying, whatever, but John Cena is that fit because he's identifiable without a doubt to, what what this is. And it's very interesting because I saw on my Twitter something came across with The Rock, and he did a thing with the YMCA, and it was this like 5-minute video, and there were like kids and families and whatnot, right? And this one kid was like, I don't know who you are. And he was like, oh, he says, I think I know, you know, you kind of might know. And of course, he's singing part of like You're Welcome from Moana. And then every
Yeah.
kid knew who he was. So for me, it's like, you know what, dude? Like, Dwayne, yeah, like no one, unless you're these, you know, weird internet people or, you know, who watch the Attitude Era, nobody really knows. Like kids nowadays, they're going to think of Moana. If they're old enough to watch Fast and the Furious, they're going to be, oh, that's Luke Hobbs, you know, like shit like that, or you know, whatever, or those horrible movies he did, like the Tooth Fairy or whatever on Disney. You know, I mean, that's what people
But he won't
will
be
now
known.
know him as. John Cena. People are gonna John Cena is a name and a like a face that people are like, oh yeah. So even though he's playing the Peacemaker, he's playing Dominic Toretto's brother, he's playing Ricky Stenicki, whatever. That's John Cena. Period. That's this guy.
Yeah.
With the jorts or fucking wearing shorts and tennis shoes. Yeah. That's that guy. And I don't think that anything that he does, I mean, he could win a fucking Oscar for something, but at the end of the day, he's still going to be that guy. He'll always be that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is weird that, you know, that we're not going to see those matches anymore, because it was always part of the deal, right? Whenever you're kind of like even just fantasy booking on a low level, it was always like, man, when do you think we see John Cena come back? Or it's getting close to Rumble. Do you think Cena's going to be in the Rumble? You know what I mean? Like, especially those couple years where he only had like one match those years.
Yeah.
When Rumble came around, it was all like, we haven't seen Cena all year, you know, or whatever, or not all year because that's usually January, but you know, we haven't seen Cena in so long. Do you think he's going to be in the Rumble? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the idea that you can't even like fantasy book a one-off with Cena is already kind of like crazy to think about.
Yeah. But you know what? Honestly, like I get it. I get it. You know, what I didn't know, and I don't, correct me if I am wrong, I did not know that he had cancer in his back.
Yeah, I saw a thing.
I didn't know. I knew he had back issues, but I didn't know it was like cancer.
Yeah. I don't know if that played a direct role in him saying that it was time, but it definitely made him feel confident in his decision, I believe.
It was recent that he had the cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, was it him or was it Rock? The Rock has something, I think, because they're talking about him losing his size and stuff, and part of it I thought was that.
The Rock? I thought he. Look.
We might be confusing the
Let's
two.
see here. It said, well, no, because he leaned out for that horrible movie he made that you said that don't watch it.
He got bigger for that movie.
Yeah, he leaned out for his next role.
After
the next role.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if he's sick, but I don't know. I don't know if he's sick. You know who he looks like? He looks like dude from The King and I, Yul Brynner.
Oh, Rock. Yeah. Well, in that one, yeah, but
well, now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help the darkness of his tan and everything. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then just move on, people. Move on. It was like going to the fucking basement at the Alamo. If you didn't know what I was talking about, just move on. And I did not get to see, so I have to go back.
They can't decide what you're talking about. They don't decide to move on. That's a you thing.
If they don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, just forget it. Never mind. That's what I'm saying. But it's better than getting an eye roll. Yeah. I want to see the basement at the Alamo. Like, what? I'm like, the basement at the Alamo. You know. No, I'm like, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and then you get eye roll. I'm like, yeah, I fucking love that movie. I still want to see it. I saw the Alamo from up above, but yeah, too many children. That would have ruined my moment. Anyways, but if there's anyone out there who would love the absolute gold Ricky Saints one, the one with his picture, I have two of them because somebody, when they were at Deadline, lost their mind thinking, oh, I don't have that one. Well, yeah, because I'd been waiting for like fucking a month to get it. So yeah, so when I came home, I had that. So if you're interested, it's an XL. It's still sealed in the wrapper.
Still sealed.
It's
In
still
the
sealed. Yeah, I
original
wore the other one. Or
Mint
I thought,
on card.
maybe I could really cut it up and really bling it. But I do prefer the one. I really want to bling the RS on the other one that has the sunglasses one. I'm like, that's a fucking great one. But I hope he comes out with the shirt. I don't know if you guys saw it. It says Saints. It was upside down and backwards. I'm like, oh, is that fucking new merch? I fucking want that right now. I don't think it is, but he needs to make that. Because it was I thought that was fire. It's like, yep, that's heel Ricky. Heel Ricky move.
Making it hard to read. It's a tough one.
Yeah, make
It's a
it hard to
heel
read.
move.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But
Mhm.
hey, you know what? It's creative. It's creative. He should just make his own bootleg shirts. Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
He should. Whatchamacallit still does. Ethan Page still kind of
Yeah.
does. Yeah,
He
but
sucks. So
yeah. So, yeah, Cody, I guess that's our future for the next 3 years because he wants to retire soon anyway. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
Cena. Thank you.
Yeah, I do think they did a really good job with most of the video stuff in between. Like that was the fun part when I was fast forwarding through a lot of stuff, is stopping and seeing the little thank you messages, the Silver Sun pickups music video they did was really good. I thought the outro thing was really good, and I like that they gave that amount of time to the show for those things, regardless of what the match was like. The best part about the idea of the match being so shitty and stupid and out of fucking all of it was it was like the least of the whole show.
Yeah.
Like the whole show was built around everything except for the match, realistically.
Yeah.
And then it was like, here's his, I mean, he even bowed like it was a curtain call, you know, like he did the, you know. No one forget that Gunther tapped out. So
he tapped out to Gunther. No one, and I think that at the end when he in the camera that one last time, it's been a pleasure serving you.
Yeah, that was rough too. That was good.
I cried. I couldn't. I was like, I couldn't say anything. That just was like, that broke me. I mean, I was fine until that, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, damn, that man's a class fucking act. Okay, you can't say that, whatever, you know, that guy's amazing. I mean, there will never be another person that's like him. We want there to be, but I don't think so. I don't think that there's anybody that has that in their DNA who's active now or starting to be active. I don't think anyone has that in their DNA. People will try, but there's only one him. Yeah, even Super Cody can't measure up to that.
No.
You might.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's very. I don't know that Cody has the years in him.
No.
And I really think that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I think that Cody has the ability to do that while he's doing it, but I don't know that he's got another 10 years in him, let alone 20. Because realistically, he's only been doing this at this level for what, 2-3 years?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's got 20 years in him.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, just he's put a lot of fucking work in and beat his body
Yeah.
up pretty good. I don't know that he's gonna keep going. And he's
Yeah,
got a
there's
little kid.
other-
A lot of
yeah.
these people have kids and shit they worry about. Cena never had that. You never had to worry
No.
about no stupid
Yeah.
Have
kids.
you heard Cena's response to children? They asked him if he was going to have them. He goes, "Well, from what I've heard, is that they take up a lot of time
Mhm.
and require attention and love and energy, and that's not something that I can give at this moment." It's like, so even his children are, or future children are a business decision, which is great. A lot of people have children uncalculated, but it's just the idea that like the Derek Jeter of it too, right? Derek Jeter spent 20 years in the major leagues not being married. He gets out and then he dedicates the rest of his life to being a father and a husband,
Yeah.
and it's sometimes it just takes that level of dedication to be exactly what Cena became.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that when you look at that, it's kind of like, yeah, because he gave, like, whatever he does, but it, in particular with his run in WWE, he gave so much. So it's hard to kind of, if on a personal level, you're, like giving to like children or, whatnot, it's kind of hard because then it's like, it's hard to juggle that. And I can imagine that. Much respect for that. Much respect. And I don't know. I just feel like, man, it's going to be an interesting thing. I don't think that I thought it was hilarious. Did you guys see the clip of that one guy, that little kid going off on Gunther?
No.
I saw people giving him the finger.
Oh no, there was a clip that's been going around that's kind of viral. There's a little kid, maybe about, he can't be any older than like 11.
Yeah.
And he actually went up from wherever he was sitting on the floor, up the aisle right near the commentary booth, closer to Wade Barrett, and he was like, "I hate you, you suck," and just yelling at Gunther. And Gunther was just laughing, like, like it doesn't matter, like he was just telling this little kid, "Doesn't matter to me." And this kid was just going off on him, and you see Wade Barrett just laughing at him. He's just laughing, having a good old time with it. And then these people in the crowd, "Yeah, you tell him, kid." Yeah. And the kid was like, "Take my hat off me. Take my hat off me. I dare you. I dare you." And he says, I am, that's not my style. I'm a gentleman. I don't play games like that. God, you're cold. You'll have to see it. It's pretty great. But yeah. So thank you again, Cena, for everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cena.
One
He
little
definitely
cheers,
got the right send off in the
I
night,
think.
more
Yeah.
so than the right final year. I think for everything that was done wrong, it was still cool to watch and still
Yeah.
fun to be on that ride. And still, the nice bit is that even with all these mistakes, I think part of the reason there was a ton of mistakes is because seeing as how we all knew what we were in for, there was no chance the heel turn was going to work because we were all there to show gratitude.
Mhm.
And I don't think that I don't think it was wise the way they did it. And I think that it was funny the way they got out of it, because it was also like just dumb, but everyone accepted it, not because it was done well or because it worked or any of that bullshit. We accepted it because all we wanted was to give him gratitude every time, whether he wanted it or not. And we did that. And then all the fucking stupid pundits who pretend they're smarter than everybody go, "Look, it worked because they cheered here. And look, now he's big." No, it didn't work. We just all were ready to move on and just moved on with him because all we wanted was to continue to give him that for a year. And I think we did that. And I finally got, because I kept saying for years, I wanted a full Cena set. I was like, I want a gear of all this stuff. When I saw he was going to San Diego, I was talking about it from the beginning. I was like, oh my God, that's going to be the one. And it
What a
fucking
mark.
is, dude. It fucking
What a
is.
mark. You bought the
Hell
socks
yeah,
too,
dude.
right?
Yeah, those were shipped. They shipped the hat and the socks separate from the shirt, and then the bands with the towel. The shirt and towel bands all were shipped together. Hat shipped before all of that, and the socks just shipped it today.
I thought you
Wow.
bought that one at Survivor Series.
No, I ordered this before I went to
bought it,
Survivor
actually.
Series because I was like, oh, I'll save the money. It's usually a little more expensive there. I
Yeah.
won't pay for. I'll just pay for the shipping on one item instead of all of them
Yeah.
because they mark up everything. But
Now my stupid.
yeah, I
Ricky
got
shit.
the ProSphere stuff at Survivor Series because we didn't know it was Black Friday and we didn't know they were going to do a thing, and
Yeah,
fuck those guys at Fanatics.
true. I love my brown shirt. That ProSphere shirt, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Real good. Real good. And then yeah, I don't hesitate any of those merch purchases I got. Glad I bought the Cena that program. I'm really glad I bought that.
Yeah,
You
and they
know,
made another one that was identical but with a different cover.
they
And I
did?
thought that was kind of neat. They had two different covers. Yeah, not there, but at another
At
one
the
they had another one where it was kind of. I want to say the cover was that goat thing they showed,
Mhm.
but it was the same page by page. It was just different covers. So I thought
Oh,
the gold one you got was pretty cool. So
yeah, they probably did something. It was probably at the Cena Superstore, right?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I don't know where I saw it. It was online. I don't know where they were.
Oh, I don't know.
Could be. Could
Well,
be
they didn't
anything.
have. I just know that they did not have that at Mania because if they did, I would have
Yeah.
bought it. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
they
yeah.
only had the Mania one because I bought that because it had everything in it. So it had the big NXT poster of Ricky and Ethan Page and shit like that. Because I didn't know it had that when I first bought it. I was going to give it to my nephew, and then I saw it, and I'm like, nope, Mama's keeping that one. Sorry,
Mhm.
kid. Sorry, kid. Bought you enough shit. Anyway. But
Bishop, did you have any final thoughts on Cena's
Cena.
last year?
Yeah.
I know you did a whole
I
show
tell
that
you-
really kind of dug in some stuff, but
Yeah, but I mean, again, when you look back at it, I think what's really cool is that one of my favorite part of the last match ever, and I said it on my show, but there was no "you can't wrestle" chance. There was "let's go Cena." There was no "Cena sucks," and even though in his interviews he seemed to like really make peace with it and not necessarily care, when you look into the nerdy stuff, kind of like we do sometimes, the fact that he got that for so many years and then definitely didn't get it, not just because the people respected him, but I think they also just always known the guy's really fucking good at this.
Yes.
And to have that be reminiscent, or I'm sorry, ever present the entire year, there was some, not so great moments or not so great matches, but nothing sucked because Cena's never sucked. He's always been really good at this.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciated about this year. Like, look, I would have loved, we talked about it on episode 1. I would have loved it to be, just, you got 37 dates. Here's 37 matches of whoever you want to wrestle with. Fuck stories. Who cares? Right. Because at the end of the day, what did we get? Some fucked stories, and nobody cares about the stories. Right. So would it have been worth to have 3 Raws and a match, 3 Raws and a match, 3 Raws and a match? Maybe. I don't know. But I think the fact that the only fails were with the stories and not necessarily with the matches is actually just, it's more beautiful that way, because this was the guy who couldn't wrestle but could only promo. You know what I mean? And he gave us some really cool shit. So I'm glad to say that I appreciated him wrestling from not wanting to watch because I saw him to watching him and learning what great wrestlers look like. By all means, I was happy to witness his final run.
I love it. I forget where they aired it, but there was a video on one of these final nights where he mentions that he was getting the "you can't wrestle" chance and how he specifically went to Sammy, Kevin, and AJ to help him. Like, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Here's a bunch of fucking young guys coming up who made a name for themselves on the indies for 16 years. You know how easy it is to dismiss someone not getting to the WWE after 16 years? It used to be, if you started wrestling from the day you started school, if by 6 years you weren't on the headline on the biggest card in that fucking state or whatever, if you weren't a champion on TV in 6 years, you were not going to have a good career.
Yep.
And now it's 15, 16, sometimes 20 years before you get on TV, let alone anything else,
Mm-hmm.
Cena's from the tail end of that era where You get to the top in 6 years. Like Taz talked about on his old podcast. 6 years before he was champion in ECW. Stone Cold, 6 years before he was champion in WWE. Like that was standard. Less than 10 from school to TV champion. Now the standard is 15, 16 years to get to TV. So he didn't have to go to those guys and say, help me. Because he could have easily been like, I figured this out a long time ago and I don't need you. I can keep running through it. And he got them to help him with his move set, and he helped them with their psychology, I'm sure. And they found where those two worlds meet. You know what I mean? How do I add a few moves in without changing who I am? You know what I mean? Because he's not someone who does 1,000 moves. He's not Dean Malenko, right? He's John Cena. He's got powerful moves that work. And he's got a couple little things he can do to take down these Weasley guys now. You know what I mean? Like, it was a whole thing. But I thought that was a huge testament to who he was as a wrestler. You know?
Yeah, I thought it was fun when he did that one, when he did it. He was doing everybody else's move. I thought that was great because obviously, you know, that was everyone's big complaint. You have the 5 moves of doom, but I'm like, everybody's got 5 moves.
We're watching the last match, and my son goes, he's 11 years. It's Cena's doing his 5 moves, right? And he goes, "Is there any other move that he knows how to do, like that we haven't seen yet?" Right? Like wanting to see another one. I was like, well, he did that lightning fist like twice, and I think that was only for the game. I said, but then he also did a springboard stunner a few times too. I would love to see that one. You know, he brought those, but he didn't do that, and he didn't do pop rocks anymore either. It was as if he let Roxanne get the last one.
Yeah.
That you know, to like say, hey, thanks. You know, not that she was doing it before he brought it out, because he did it a couple years ago too, during that whole run when he was mixing things up.
Yeah.
But, yeah. He could have done the springboard stunner one last time. It would have been cool.
Yeah, he could have. He could have. But then again, you know, there was a part of me, again, because we didn't see it in San Diego. I was like, are we going to get one of these chaotic run-ins? But
yeah.
How'd you like my booking, Marsh?
I think it would have at least given a purpose for this.
Yeah.
You know, it would have made sense.
I had mentioned, I don't know if you listened, Amanda, but I had mentioned if Brock Lesnar had ran in to help John Cena defeat Gunther, it could have been Brock Lesnar's show of respect to Cena, and also set up for Brock Lesnar and Gunther.
Yeah.
And that's how you give the guy who's supposed to go out on his back because he's a company man a win, a shock, and the crowd cheers. And it all fucking works. But, you know, that's why I don't fantasy book.
Yeah. Well, obviously they don't listen. WWE does not listen to us. That's okay. That's okay. There'll be days again, one day where they'll book matches that we suggest.
No.
Or outcomes we suggest. Hashtag not my champ. But
all good.
To round this up, what I'd like to do is give one big thank you. One more drink to Cena. Thank you. Thank you. I know I can't express how much thanks I have to him, because I wouldn't be here if it really wasn't for John Cena, like, you know, making me watch this stuff again. So thank you. And we know where to find Marsh. We know where to find Bishop. He's got a great little podcast there, guys. TW Takes Podcast on all platforms. They knew where I am. I'm still bitter about the champ situation, because should have been Cody and his BFFL. Just saying. Now, what I would like out of that, which I did not mention, is, you know what would have been great? A tag match. Cody and fucking Oba against fucking bitter Ricky and fucking goddamn bitter Drew McIntyre. What a team those two would be. What a team. Two bitter motherfuckers.
Better.
Drew McIntyre and Ricky Saints would have been like when Braun Strowman tagged up with Alexa Bliss. It'd have been great. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Ricky could have climbed up onto his shoulders, jumped off. You know what I mean?
It would be great. Two people talking shit, right? Just two of them just fucking going on for like 20 minutes. Sign me the fuck up for that. Having these bitter fucking things on Twitter or Instagram. Oh my God. That's fucking take my money, Triple H. Come on now. I don't know who's writing this shit. Fucking whoever. Fucking Abyss. Somebody take my money because you know there's money behind this. Bobby Roode. I don't care. Someone just take the money. Because now life without Cena, WWE might be a little boring. But we'll complain about it or praise it if it's watchable, according to Marsh. So if Marsh watches it, then you know it's probably, I don't want to say good. It's actually maybe decent if Marsh starts watching again. So guys, thank you, John Cena.
Thank you.
And that's another episode 1 in the books. Hopefully you'll come back because you know what time of year it is? It's the boozies time of year. So this year will be very interesting. So guys, that's last call.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers.